Morning. It is freezing cold. Water bottles didn't freeze yet though, so it must be just barely right at freezing. But we're going to be shooting for maybe 23-mile day, I think. Will put us near a water source, and that'll be all the miles we need to do for today. And we'll just get moving here and get warmed up as quick as we can. I like how this section has its own blaze. It's kind of cute. Kind of cool how this landscape just looks so extremely similar to northern New Mexico. I guess it's only a little bit further to the east of here. We made it to the Little Pleasant Valley tank. First water source of the day. We're about 6 miles in. I think we'll take a break around here, make sure we're topped up, and see where the next water source is at. We're back on trail. Just took a short break there. It's cold, even sitting in the sun. It's cold today. It looks like the next water is another pond in like 2.5, where there's I think it's a water trough, or there's some other water we can get access to in about 11.5 miles. So I've got 2 liters on me. I think we can just push all the way to that second one in 11.5. Bunch of deer out there right in front of me. I don't know what this little pond is. Maybe it's the big Pleasant Valley pond or something. Still getting these constant rolling ups and downs today. Nothing too crazy though. Right along Highway 67. That's the one that goes north-south from the north rim of the Grand Canyon all the way up to Jacob Lake. Been lots of traffic on it. There's Crane Lake. There's the highway down there, on top of a little hill. This place has had some forest fire damage. A lot of the aspens are growing back in though. We made it to the Telephone Hill trailhead. I think we'll stop here for a bit and take another break. Back on trail. Had a nice little snack break. Next stop is going to be a water source in about 6 miles from here. And we should get there maybe around 12:30 or so, and that'll be our lunch stop as well. This is what the trail's been like for miles. Burned out rolling hills and young aspens coming in. There's some cool red rock cliff formations out to the northeast. Oh, made it to our water source. We got double yellow here. A little scummy, but we can clear that off the top. Mousetrap was ahead of us, but I guess he pushed on.
Yeah,
he's quick in and out. This will be our refill water and lunch break.
Campsite's a mile ahead. Is that why you want to go that?
No,
Past the tank.
No, we're just talking about just purely distance for that tank.
Oh, I haven't.
And we're back on trail after a nice lunch break. It is cold today. I feel like the ambient temperature is only like 50 degrees for the high. There's a little cold wind blowing and the sun is mostly behind the clouds. But we may only have like 5 more miles to do until we're done for the day. We're kind of figuring out where the best place to find camp would be. There's been a long stretch of burnt forest we've been whacking through. We're hitting a point here with some nice trees. I hope this is the end of the forest fire damage and not just a random spot where these trees did not get burned. But I guess we'll see. This should be the Murray's Lake trailhead. Little water cache box there. I'm not even going to bother taking a peek. There may be something in there, there may not be. Highway 89 Alpha is in 9 miles. That's kind of the main route where you can hitch into town. Yep, Murray Lake trailhead. Looks like we may be officially through the worst of the forest fire burned out area. The trees around here are a little singed, but they definitely all survived it. Passing by the Buffalo Trick Tank. It looks like there's a good water source a mile from here further up, so I think that's where we'll stop for the day and fill up around there. So we're a mile up from that Buffalo Trick Tank, and there's a little tub here with a lot of birds and stuff. It's a little scummy, but enough water that we need. And as far as looking for camping options, we're kind of closed in this little valley. And so just recently scouting up on top of this hill, looks like we might be able to make it work. So we're going to march up there and see if we can find a flat spot and set up some tents. Well, I think we're good enough here on our sleeping arrangements. It's enough of a flat enough spot up on the hilltop here. It's just a little rocky more than anything else. I'll have to be careful in how I not pop a hole in my pad. We'll see. But we'll get dinner gear going in a second and just chilling the rest of the evening.
Yeah, I want one because
they're nice.
Because otherwise, I use like a tiny hummingbird, single plus.
Okay.
And then I use a Kamek dragonfly. Do you know that one?
Yeah,
It's actually
I've heard of that.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's like 9 ounces and it like fully encloses like everything.
And I think we're going to close out for today. We're all done with food, just enjoying each other's company. Good group of hikers have been around, and I think we got some surprises for a little side trip excursion for tomorrow. So we'll see that. I won't spoil it just yet. But thanks for watching. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Another freezing cold night out on the Arizona Trail. Today, we are at a point where we're kind of passing by the small town of Jacob Lake. And I wasn't thinking of going in there because I don't need anything. I don't need any snacks or anything else. However, there's a restaurant. It's morning and they serve breakfast. So the 2 guys I'm with, Double Yellow and Mousetrap, we're all kind of the same game plan to where it's just a few miles kind of off trail. You either hike up to the highway in a few miles and then try to hitch in only a few miles down the road, or you can get to like some side trails and just hike in. So I think we're just gonna hike into town and see if we can get a breakfast. It's like right at 6 as we're hitting the trail this morning, and restaurant opens at 7. So I think the timing wise should work out pretty good. It's about 3 miles till we can take some side trails and about maybe 2 miles on that to get into town. So that is the current game plan. We'll hang out there for a couple hours maybe at most, and then back on trail. All right, we'll get to it. We're at the point where there's the trail going that way, and we are taking a side path into town. Should be about 2 miles or so, it looks like, just a guess, to get us into Jacob Lake. Made it to the highway. We're basically in Jacob Lake right here. It's just like maybe a quarter mile up the road. And that's why Double Yellow is named Double Yellow. We found something, the Jacob Lake Inn Cafe Motel Curio store. It's such a small town and this is like the only thing, so this may be the restaurant. We'll see.
Cookies.
How you doing? Great.
Sweet. Oh, starting off with some coffees. We're already liking this little place. It's a pretty cool setup in here.
Yeah, for sure. It was like literally right before, like I was like outside before I cut it.
This place is famous for their cookies. I went ahead and bought myself a couple of cookies. I'm gonna check out some of these Nature's Bakery oatmeal crumble thingies. Look really good. Pick up an extra dinner, and we got some party favors for the finish line. Well, I think we're just about done here. We're finishing packing up all our stuff. Next task is gonna be to see if we can hitch back towards the trail.
Woo! Come on, 2 miles, 2 miles.
Well, no luck with hitching, so we're just deciding to walk it. It's only like 2.5 miles to get back to the trail. So we waited for like at least half an hour and no luck. So we may just end up walking all the way back. Well, we made it to the Orderville trailhead. The highway walk wasn't so bad. Heading out from here. Next stop is going to be the Umbrella Tank, which is about 7 miles down trail, and that'll be a spot for a late lunch. My top cruising speed is like 3 miles an hour. Everyone else is like 3.5. So they're all just pulling away from me. But we'll see them when we stop for lunch. I can see some more cliff formations way out in the distance there. Looks like another area with a bit of forest fire damage. Here's the umbrella tank, and the gang's all here. This will be our lunch break spot. We're done with our nice lunch break, back on trail. Next stop is going to be a water cache in about 5 miles, and then we'll reassess, planning to see where we're going to end up for the night. Another section with a bad fire area, and so close to the end of the trail too. We're less than 20 miles to Utah at this point. I was just thinking about how whatever year this happened closed off the trail and people couldn't finish, maybe. Just like when I was on the PCT in 22. The last miles up to the terminus were all closed because of a forest fire. I still gotta go back and re-hike those sections at some point. It's on the to-do list. Every once in a while I'm getting these views of these massive cliffs up to the north and east. That's so far away, that's probably all up in Utah. Back into some living trees, at least for a little bit. I'm not sure how far these burn patches extend for. Well, we made it to the Navajo Trail Junction. This is where our water cache is at. And we'll top up here with everything we need. Sweet. And rejoin everybody for a nice little break. All done with another good break. Topped up on water. Next destination is going to be a little over 4 miles from here is the Kaibab National Forest boundary as we exit the forest on the north side. And I think that's optimally where we're going to be looking for tenting. This area lately is not good, so hopefully the condition of the terrain improves a little bit to where we can find a spot to pitch some tents, but we're kind of aiming for that forest boundary area, and we'll see where we end up at. I feel like we've had quite the change of scenery today from the beautiful pine tree forests, burned out areas. Seems like we're getting into some desert shrubland. There's the boundary for the Kaibab National Forest. We've gone through a lot of these gates today. And we're going to be looking for camp in the immediate future. Oh, that was the last gate? Yep. Oh, sweet. And here we are. We all found some flat spots for our tent setups right at the forest boundary. So now it's time to enjoy the last supper, as it were, on trail. We packed out some beers and things. Have a nice little celebration here for this evening. All right, we're getting our dinners cooked up. We got noodle dishes. We all packed out some beers. So cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yep. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Last night on trail, last dinner.
Yep.
All right, now it's dessert time. We got our cookies from the Awesome Bakery. I've got a pumpkin chocolate chip.
Also pumpkin chocolate chip.
Yep, and
Same.
also a pumpkin chocolate chip.
3 chow mein, 3 pumpkin chocos.
Well, I think this is going to do it for today. We're all done with dinner. We've had a nice, lovely evening. Final day on trail. We got one more day. I think we got about 12 trail miles, so we are literally at the finish line. It's crazy. It's always like one of the coolest experiences is like the first day on trail and the last day on trail right at the end. So thanks for watching. Stand by for one final episode, last day on trail. We'll see y'all in the next one.